All right, we got the new timing chain in place. So let me explain how we set this up. One, I took this cam gear off of the camshaft. That way we can get everything in place. And then there is a 3/8 drive that you use to pull the cam where you need to. This is very hard to see, but there's two links, one here, one here. That double link goes to the front cam, to the front portion, bank 2, which, like I said, is very hard to see. The back bank 1 has a single link, and that single link goes right to that dot, which is very hard to see that link. It is set in there just right. And we got the tensioner, everything. Tensioner's not in, but we do have all the guides in place. And down at the bottom, there is a link right there. And that little half circle to that crank gear is the mark. And there's a dot on the gear itself behind the chain. So we got that single mark there, which it is in line. And the double link for bank 2, I'm sorry, that's bank 2. And bank 1 is a single. So you got bank 1, single link. Bank 2 is a double link. And your crank is a single link. So now that we got all that in place, we can go ahead and put the tensioner in place. And let me get the tensioner and I'll show you what's going on with that. Alright, and it comes with the sheet. So basically what it is right now is set in place where it is already compressed. So to decompress it, once you get this set back in place, then you relieve the pressure, which we'll show you how to do. But it does come with a sheet explaining everything. So we'll go ahead and get this in place. And don't forget to replace your O-ring on your holder. So we'll get you in time lapse, get all this back in place and show you what's going on. All right, so since we took this front timing gear off, we got to torque it back to spec. 28 Newton meters or 20.7 foot-pounds, 248 inch-pounds, 28 Newton meters. So what we're going to do is take just a standard breaker bar, 3/8, hold it in place while we tighten the Alright, we're going to do the same for the bottom. Alright, so now we're going to tighten down the chain guides. 28 foot-pounds for the rear. .28 Newton meters for the rear, and the front are 15 Newton meters. Alright, so now we're going to torque down the timing chain guide bolts. 28 Newton meters on all three of them. And then we're going to tighten the plugs to 15 Newton meters. Slide the plugs in. Do need to tighten those upper guides. Make sure they're torqued to the right spec. Yep, okay. So those I did tighten the spec. I couldn't remember. So if you don't remember, retorque it, make sure. So now we're going to go ahead and put all this in place. Get these 3 plugs back in. And we're going to torque them to 15 Newton meters. Which is 11 foot-pounds, 133 inch-pounds. So we'll stick with Newton meters. Which is not very tight. There we go. All right, so all that's been torqued into place. Now we're going to go ahead and reassemble. We'll get the front timing cover in, and don't forget those longer bolts. Put those in now. That way when you're sliding in place you won't have enough room because of the unibody design. So we'll go ahead and get you in time lapse and start that process. All right, so before we get too far in this, we got the front cover and the engine mount in place. So what we're going to do is take this pry bar and slowly push in to release, let off. That just released the rear tension guide, and it released the plunger on the tensioner. So now that we got that undone, now we can go ahead and put the valve covers in place, and then get the intake, get all that cleaned up. So for the moment, we are in the process of cleaning. We're going to go ahead and throw this front timing or valve cover on. We'll do the rear valve cover, clean the intake real well, and then get the top end buttoned up. Then we'll go underneath, finish up the bottom end. All right, so we got this thing back together. I just got done putting it through its first heat cycle. These batteries on these cameras don't last very long. But we've got her all done. When I did oil change, because we had coolant down there for when we did the water pump. Check the fluid level right there, dead smack in the middle, so we are good to go there. Like I said, we just got done doing our first heat cycle. I know I'm a little over full on the coolant. Now that we've got it running, there's a bleeder up on the top. We're under good pressure, so don't crack that bleeder. While it's off, let everything settle down. When you're doing the initial fill, after you do a water pump or thermostat or radiator or whatever, once you start filling this thing with coolant, then you crack that bleeder. Let some of that air out. You slowly get some of this fluid get out. All that air is trapped up inside, and unfortunately, the way this thing is designed, this thermostat is at its highest point, so there's a lot of water or air pockets that get up in the very top here. So when you're filling it, crack that bleeder, then close the bleeder, make sure your reservoir is full, start it up, crack the bleeder while it's running when it's cold. Let it run, let it get to, let it run for about 3-4 minutes, crack the bleeder again. You should have a good flow, a good spout of fluid come up, which is going to be some of the air, some fluid. Close the valve, let it run, another 3-4 minutes, crack the bleeder again. You get no air, that means your system's pretty much bled. Let it get up to operating temperature, shut it down, let it cool, let it get ice cold, release all that pressure on the cooling system, on the radiator hose. Then open your reservoir cap, top off to the fill line, and that'll be that. So we got this thing done. I got the AC compressor put in, 1 bolt on the bottom, 2 bolts in the very top. Everything is accessible from the top except for obviously the lower bolt. It comes out from the bottom / side, comes out there. We replaced the expansion valve. You got good clean access, and don't forget your accumulator receiver dryer. Yeah, that is the process of doing timing chains and water pump on a 2.7.